Sloppy.
118 years.
Good morning. Who's ready? Solu resubbed. I like how... Wait. Is he still here? I was gonna say. I like how he resubbed and then immediately it went AFK. But I think he's still here. Thank you for the resub, Solu. All 118 years of it. Should we do MTQ University for Silent Hell? Yeah. But in that case, you would have to teach me how to play the game, right?
Arf, arf.
Elk, thank you for the resub. Resub and then AFK? Yep. Bye. Oh my god.
Resub then AFK, you say.
I forgot to turn off the scare alerts, by the way, because of Silent Hill, so MTQ University is just gonna have... It's just gonna have scare alerts. Solo Snouse, thank you for the sub as well. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Hi, Lucian. Step 1, gun. Step 1, learn how to use controller, more like. Step 0.5, exercise your thumb fingers.
Arf, arf.
Oh my goodness, another one. Sayuko1, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate you guys. Welcome. What up, boy? Good evening to you too. Whenever I looked at Discord the last 2 days, I was streaming the whole time. Wait, for what? Silent Hell, you mean? Teach you how to not be a chicken in Silent Hell? I wish I knew. I don't know that, actually. The spooky arf arf, yeah, isn't it? It's so serious, too, you know? I feel like the original arf was, like, ridiculous, and this one's, like, arf, arf. Very serious. I don't know. Anyway, so, hi, hello, welcome. Good morning, Leslie. I gotta look at YouTube chat, too. Oh, actually, let me pull out the chats here so it's a little bit easier to pay attention to. So for anyone that is new or is unaware of what we do on Fridays here on MTQ Capture channels of Twitch and YouTube. Well, now YouTube. But we run something called the MTQ University. And, is this okay? Yeah, this is fine. We'll just leave that down there. Oops. I turned on my 4K capture. Basically, it's a, you know, a group-ish kind of, like a party finder setting where people can learn and play. I don't know. I've forgotten my own pitch. This isn't Silent Hill 2. Yeah, it shouldn't be. Is it marked as Silent Hill 2? It should be under... Oh no, is my YouTube marked incorrectly? I bet you it is. Oh no, it's not. It says Final Fantasy. It's my first time, guys. I just started streaming 3 minutes ago. I don't know how to do anything, apparently. MTQ University and Silent Hill. Listen, if another person mentions it, maybe I'll switch to Silent Hill. No, okay. I did say I would do 14 today, so we'll definitely do some 14. Teach you how to play Silent Hill. God damn it, Solu. You're supposed to be on the other side. I will turn this car around. Yeah, I will go back to Silent Hill. Leon needs me. No, but seriously, if people would like to do some Silent Hill. Oh my god, you have it in my head now. If anyone would like to do either EXs or Savage, I think on the docket is M1 or M2. That's what we're currently teaching. We can also do EX1 and EX2. He is on the other side. That's why he's bailing on MTQ University. I knew it. I knew that was the reason. See, let's go. It's Silent Hill time. No, I need to ask chat to see what they want to do first. All right, chat. What would you like to do? I will set up a poll. Ooh, I think I can set up a poll in like on YouTube, and the poll should be MTQ University or Silent Hill. Come on. Oh my gosh. Do you have to be a subscriber to learn the fight? No. However, subs do get priority access, just as like a sub perk, but you don't have to. The way that we do it is, like I said, it's super simple, not really that structured. I literally just make a poll and people can tell me what they would like to see or do, and then whatever gets the most votes we'll do. And then I just set up a party finder, and then whoever wants to join can do so. And then we also have spots for people to help. Like if you are a veteran that you just want to come and hang out and help, you're more than welcome to. But I do prioritize people that are new over people that have cleared or just there to help or whatever. Savage Hill. Savage Extremes or Silent Hill. No, I want you guys. Wait, who set this poll up? Oh my god. Solo just started a poll on Twitch chat that says what to play. Option 1 is Silent Hill 2. Option 2 is Silent Hill 2. Option 3 is Silent Hill 2. Option 4 is Silent Hill 4. Or Silent Hill 4. Damn it, Silent Hill 2. And then the other one is just ... I don't know what that means. I'm assuming Solu started this because...
Or GTFO.
Anyway, this is where you find peak Silent Hill 2 gameplay. Oh, you're ridiculous. Guys, I don't want to just like play hooky on MTQ University. You know, we can't be truant. We must go to school. But I mean, if everyone's voting for Silent Hill, is it hooky if chat asks? Yeah, but not all of chat is asking. Some of chat is asking about regular stuff or like about MTQ University. There are more than 300 votes. How are there that many votes? What the heck? There's not even that many people in chat.
Is this MTQ Screamiversity?
Might as well be. I bet you he allowed multiple voting or whatever. And so people are just spamming it. Miz, you playing Silent Hill 2 is like when the teacher rolls the TV into the classroom. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? You can vote extra with channel points. Oh, you're right. I never do that when I run the poll. So I guess Solu just allowed it. Additional votes for crumbs. Oh, look at that. Silent Hill 2 won, guys. I'm so surprised. Iggy spent 300 votes. 3,000 votes. It literally says Iggy Pop contributed 3,050 channel points. Way to go, Iggy. Oh my gosh. I would refund you those, but I don't know how. I don't think I can. That's hilarious. A vote is 10 each. So, Iggy... Iggy, you spent 305? They go into the void? Oh, that's too bad. We came a long way from T9. I know, right? I know. I can't believe Silent Hill 2 was so close, but Silent Hill 2 was the clear winner. I cannot with you. You know what else goes into the void? Leon looking for his wife. I love how stupid you all are. I love it. You're really making me want to play Silent Hill. Thanks, we try. I know. You're very good at it, by the way. With how well you try. Or how hard you try. There are people looking for M4S witch hunt. Probably not. I mean, we could. I would have to skip to M4. Oh no, I guess I'd have to skip people to M4S. But if you play Silent Hill, you'll never clear X1 or bleh, EX1 or EX2. Well, then let's do it. Which one do you want to do? Remember 4 years ago I said, Yuna is good at convincing me to do things. Let me convince you to take the night off for Silent Hill 2. No. What is EX1? It's Silent Hill 2. EX2 also happens to be Silent Hill. Okay, well. EX3 will also be Silent Hill 2. We don't know that, actually. Actually, it could be. You never know. They might go off the rails with the fight, you know? They could have an entire phase where Shfeen, where her name tag is, the letters start to glitch, right? So then the P disappears. So then it's just SH. And then the rest of her name, the letters reform into a 2. It could happen. You can't tell me that it may not happen.
Wait, is the teacher is playing hooky?
No, the teacher's not playing hooky, unless you really want me to. Yeah, imagine if I were to open up the duty window and it was all Silent Hill. Think about it. It could be the crossover we didn't know we wanted. It could be a Halloween crossover. They're gonna release the patch early, so it's before Halloween instead of mid-November. And the patch is only gonna have the fight, the Shfeen fight, and it's just gonna turn into some Silent Hill nonsense. The phase transition is you waking up in like the room, the Silent Hill 4 room, or whichever one it is. Do 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 do. I literally came here just for the music. You were having dreams that you were in Silent Hill last night? Really, Flynn? It's so good. A Silent Hill themed raid series would be cool. I think it would be too, but it would probably be too scary for some people, you know? I feel like Nier is probably the scariest we can get to. Like, the maximum level of unsettledness. Unsettlingness. Whatever. Just wanted to stop in quick, say thank you for the Paladin tips back in a Realm Reborn. Aw, that's awesome. Enjoy your work shift. I hope it's good. Edo was pretty spooky. You're right. You're right. Edo was probably spookier than any of the weird stuff in Nier. Solu said, back in my day, you couldn't open your map in here if you didn't have a flashlight. Really? Run the poll? Wait, which poll? Make a poll, you dare me. Okay, but what's the poll for? For what we actually want to do? Okay, question. What do responses EX1, EX2, M1S, M2S, Silent Hill. By the way, if for whatever reason people do actually vote for Silent Hill and we don't do MTQ University today, we can do it on Sunday, okay? So if we're not doing MTQ University today, fear not, we'll still do it on Sunday. For real. It'll be one of these days, you know, like one of these days or whatever. And if we're not rating on Monday, then maybe on Monday, but I think we're rating on Monday. It's Thanksgiving? This weekend is Thanksgiving already? Oh my god, we're already halfway through October. Please stop. Please stop with the time. I feel like the hurricane completely fucked us up. Because we had an entire week that just fell into the void because of no power. All right, starting poll. I'm going to set this for 5 minutes so I can go and grab a snack because I'm feeling snackish. So go ahead and vote. And again, like I said, if we do not end up doing MTQ University today, we will definitely do it on Sunday. I enabled extra votes. Ugh! How do I change it? Can I not change it? Oh my god. I thought it was off by default is off or whatever. Hold on. Okay, how do I stop this poll? Can I stop it? /poll. It just says a poll is already active. I can't stop the poll though is the problem. I can report it, but that doesn't help me. Darn it. Okay, well, it saves the last poll settings, even though I didn't do the poll settings. I don't know how to kill it. That's the problem. I don't think there's an option to undo it. /unpoll. /poll stop. It just says a poll is already active. Thanks, Twitch. Silent Hill 2 is still gaining. Yeah, but okay, this isn't going to count because obviously I can't tell which of the votes are for real because of the breadpoints. Like, someone could just be screwing it up because of... I mean, we'll find out at the end who that someone is. But right now, I can't see if these are like... Is it end poll? I tried poll end. Ah, thank you. Okay, okay. Ignore that, ignore that, ignore that. We're going to just redo it. Sorry. /poll. Okay, what do for real Z's this time? LOL. Alright, EX1, EX2, M1S, M2S, Silent Hill, Leon, Sunderland, Kennedy. Alright, allow additional votes. No thank you. Alright, start poll. Iggy changed his name to Flindorn. How savage. It's Iggy. Why are you trying to get Flynn in trouble? Am I looking forward to the new extreme? Absolutely. I'm excited to see the extreme version of like the wall thing if they continue that into extreme. But I really like any fight that has like verticality to it, like the up and down, floating, whatever, not floating. And I think this is the first extreme that has had it, because we've had it in Savage before, but I don't know if extremes, at least I don't think other extremes have had it. But I think it's gonna be really fun. So I'm excited for that part, like just that part. It could just be like, that's the only thing in the fight. And I would be happy. We might get a new phase arena. Oh yeah, I absolutely think we will. The name for the last option is confusing. The last one is obviously Silent Hill. Byaku? I don't know if that counts as like true verticality. Because you couldn't really like control yourself, right? You were just falling in the phase. Hello from AUS. Thank you for your guides. Love your work. Certainly helped me get over your savage anxiety. You're very welcome. From across the world. I appreciate that. Thank you for watching those guides. Where is the Elden Ring DLC option? That's not an option. Meadows, thank you for the resub. Thank you for reminding me that I forgot to set my alerts back to normal. Rig the poll using your mod powers. Look, you're not gonna win. MTQ University wishes to reign supreme. That's what I'm picking up from this. It's okay, we still have half or 2 minutes basically. Make sure to vote, by the way, if you're interested in doing MTQ University. Or if you're interested in me not doing MTQ University and would rather watch me play Silent Hill. But yeah. I'm a big chicken and don't want to play Silent Hill. I would love to play Silent Hill. I am not at all. The reason I'm not afraid of it right now is because I just defeated Pyramid Head, so I know I have at least like an hour and a half maybe before the next instance of scariness. I think. I don't know. I'm guessing. But I feel like I have a moment of reprieve in the game because I did just like the sirens just went off. There's time. You know what I mean? Time to stretch. Thank you. Big stretch. I did say I was going to get snacks, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know what snacks to get. I'll just wait on the poll. I have popcorn left over, but it's almost done, and it's not really hitting the spot. I don't know what I feel like. Leslie, don't be scared. The whole point of this is that you, like, don't need to be scared. Hopefully. And even if you are scared, we're never gonna, like, make you feel bad about it or yell at you or anything like that. This, of all the places in Party Finder, this will be the safest place for you to have a freak out. So absolutely, if you want to join, like, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid, she says menacingly. I promise. This is like where you go to make your mistakes, you know, because this is where we can like walk you through them or get you to get you to, I don't know, like ask questions with like zero judgment, zero anything. Like, I'm telling you, we do this for people that are brand new to raiding, that like don't know anything. So we will do our best to be as not scary as possible. I know it's still scary. I get it. But don't feel bad if you want to and you know, even have like an inkling of joining, please do. I promise it's not that bad. Just fear missed callouts. Actually, that's true. Let me add a little bit to the disclaimer. You should be very much afraid of me killing you because sometimes I fuck up the callouts and I just murder everyone. That's why we have an emote specifically for that situation because it happens so often. Which, by the way, we earned enough YouTube members to unlock another emote, and you can see it right here. Miss Murder, now available on YouTube. We also have Miss Fine on YouTube, because that also is applicable when I screw up the callouts and send people to their deaths, and we're trying to recover. M1S1, amazing. How is that the rigged poll? Look, Leon Sunderland Kennedy received 10 votes. That's a lot. But unfortunately, it is time for M1S, which is fine. We can play Silent Hill on Sunday. Like I said, we would have swapped some way. One way or another. Okay, so the way to join, if you would like to join, we do it through Party Finder. I am currently on Primal Data Center. So if you're not on Primal, you will have to data center travel over to Primal. I'm going to put us under private. Password is 8008. I totally get it, Leslie. If you feel more comfortable just watching and like learning that way, that's cool too. I'm not going to force you to do something obviously against your will, but I do want you to know that it is not that scary. Like, I'm not going to make it scary. And if you do feel scared, I don't know, like, I hope you can tell me and that we can try to remedy some of the fear. It's only scary when you stack on Miz. That's the best part, though. Okay, so we are doing M1S. I'm going to put here MTQ University. I can totally spell. No experience necessary. All welcome. Discord required. I guess it's technically the only stipulation. Teaching unified. Yay. Happy face. Okay. I'm going to switch this to either tank or healer since I can do either. Should I start as a tank? Here, let me start as a healer. Just in case? Question mark? I don't know. I always do this. I always start as a healer and I end up having to go tank. So whatever. I'll start as anything. Okay, that's fine. You can do this without being a sub. The only thing that sub gets is if there's a full group and then there's someone that's not a sub and someone that is a sub, I will take the sub because it is one of my sub perks. But you can still... Discord is required just for you to be able to listen. You don't have to talk in it. You can be muted the whole time. You can type and chat if you prefer to communicate that way. The Discord is just so you can hear my callouts. Streams are delayed, so you cannot listen on stream. You cannot listen on stream and still get what you're supposed to be getting out of the callouts because there's like a 30-second delay sometimes. But the Discord is just there for you to listen to me. And then if you have questions and stuff, you can type out your questions if you prefer, and then I'll just answer speaking because it's a lot easier for me to do that than it is to type. But you do not, like, the people don't have to talk. Just me. Unitastic, thank you very much for the gift sub. Oh, strange, they're a sub. Oh, shucks. Enjoy your emotes. Used to play 14 years ago and have run into people who want to play and recommend your vids. Haven't played since level cap 60. It's been a long time. Yes, but it's much improved. There's a lot of like quality of life places or quality of life improvements since obviously 14 years ago. But I hope you enjoy it if you do come back to the game because it is quite different and it is awesome. It's a lot better than it used to be. You're the fangirl of getting people into raiding. I mean, that's why I do this, because I was in your place once upon a time. I used to be afraid of the raiding, and I would cry because people would yell at me. And, you know, it was like, I get it. I've been there. It sucks. It's a bad feeling. You don't want to feel like that when you're playing video games. And instead, I always found more success when everyone was made to feel comfortable and everyone was learning and everyone was like having a good time as opposed to being like in a toxic environment. So it just became part of who I am. Sorry, I'm procrastinating starting this because I keep thinking I'm forgetting something. If you want to come as a healer, you want to join as white mage? Okay. This is what I mean. I literally start as white mage because I used to do this exclusively as a healer because it was so much easier for callouts, but nah, it doesn't matter anymore. I can do both. All right, one sec. Yeah, that's fine. Recruit. There you go. So again, Party Finder on Primal Data Center. It doesn't matter what server you're on. You just have to set data center travel to Primal to be able to join the Party Finder. Password is 8008. And I just need to get my scholars almost up so I could also shield heal soon. I'm at 97. I've been neglecting my front lines, so it probably would have been 100 by now, but Stank Zappa, first time on stream. Just want to say thanks for all your guides of the years. Can't thank you enough. Thank you for the kind words, and thank you for watching. Do I have something other than tank? Oh, Blitz. Does Blitz have something other than tank? Why are we having Mystech should be a scholar moment? I mean, we could also double white mage if another tank would like to come in. Is this Lydia? Are you attack with hugs? Is that you? Because then I can just we can just do double.
Callouts. I'd say the biggest callouts were from the Banner fan base about Coach De Boer.
Are they mad at him? I haven't been keeping track. You've cleared already, but would love to join. Yeah, absolutely. We have one spot right now. I just want to make sure there's not anyone that like is new that wants to join. And if it's just open for anyone to help, you're more than welcome to come help. You have some bad anxiety about starting and joining a party finder for Delibrim. Ooh, Delibrim. Let me guess, the anxiety comes from it's hard to do. No, Leslie, I'm sorry. You can come at any time.
Hey, miss,
what do you play, Leslie?
Always watch your guides, and I only have you to blame for all my high-end clears, so thanks for that smile.
I love how you say me to blame as if it's a bad thing. But you're welcome. Thank you for the biddies as well. When is Clemson going to fire their coach for his refusal to participate in the NIL system? Probably never. They are obsessed with him. Maybe if he loses more, but we're doing rather well right now, so we'll see. There's a new Viper that wants to join. Are they in right now? Just join. Like, no big deal. And Blitz. Oh, wait. I guess I would have to. Okay, here. Let me just go White Mage as a placeholder. And we'll figure out that in a bit. Yeah, Nami says if another DPS wants in that she can dip because Nami does have her clear as well. Nami, I think, is here just like to help too. Really only healer and tanks because DPS is too complicated. I feel that. That's actually why I only play healers and tanks too. Okay, well, maybe I should just level up a DPS class, lol. Okay. You can shield heal too. Alright, so Blitz says you can shield heal. You're not joining because there are a lot of votes. Yep. I appreciate that. Viper still has the DC transfer. Okay. So, Blitz, if you don't mind shield healing, I think that would probably be the best way. But if you really want a warrior, like, totally cool, and we could just double White Mage. I'm losing my voice already. Okay, so then I'll go Paladin. Or actually, no. Let me go Warrior. And I can either main tank or off tank, whatever Lydia prefers or wants. I will... No, we have a space for a Viper, Nami. You don't have to leave yet. Unless you want to. Go ahead. On A3, Bill don't mind running it his name in if it's normal, just post it on his Can you do it, like, unsynced or whatever? How does that work? You want to try MT? Sure! Then in that case, I will go Paladin. Actually, I could probably stay with Warrior. No, I want to go Paladin. I was so annoyed with Warrior in M2. No, what fight was it? Oh, I don't know what I was doing on Warrior, but I was doing something on Warrior and so annoyed that I had, like, no ranged. I will Warrior on Monday, yeah. Maybe it was M2 that I was thinking of. Primal Ren during Mario Kart. I surprisingly did not kill myself during Mario Kart. Can you ask for advice? You can ask anytime. Like, don't worry about spamming chat. The only thing is, if I'm like mid something, I may not see the chat. So if that happens, I am never ignoring you. I'm just completely bad at reading. It's not you, it's me. But yeah, you feel free to ask anytime. Like, I will... and even if I miss your message, just spam it. I don't care. Like, don't go crazy spamming, but, you know, you can repeat your question and stuff if I do miss it. Do I have any advice about losing momentum? It's funny that you say this because this time last year, but also 6 months prior to this time last year, I felt the same way because I basically went through the same thing where I had a health issue that made me so sick of raiding, like physically sick of raiding, that I had to stop playing 14 because I got so burnt out. Do you want advice on like how to get back in it or what to do generally? I don't know. I feel like how to get back in it, it's probably best for you to find a group that is kind of at that prog point so that you don't feel displaced and like out of sorts being like the odd man out versus, you know, just joining a group that is, you know, starting where you left off, if that makes sense. Because I think the feeling like you can't get back into it is when you're looking at all these groups and all these people that are already best in slot or they've already been clearing it for weeks and there's established groups and party finder strats that everyone knows or seems to know except for you, right? I think those are all obstacles that make you want to stop trying or like not even start trying to get back into it. But I think if you find yourself a group that will be at whatever prog point that you're comfortable with, you're all starting on the same page. Everyone is kind of like at the same whatever. Party Finder for M4S is rough. Yeah, I feel like Party Finder in general is kind of rough. That's why I recommend maybe looking for a static or even like a more casual static where maybe they don't have like a set schedule, but it's like a, you're gonna go in together. You got renewed excitement for the new expansion. Yeah, you could also just like put M4S on the back burner because it doesn't really matter, you know, in the end. Just wait for the next patch and then pick stuff up with the next patch, you know? Did I ever beat Omega Ultimate? Nope. Nope. I've seen Enrage of the last phase of Omega Ultimate, but I have never cleared it. On the back, what? I said burner. What did you think I said? What did I say? Did I say it with like a really bad Canadian accent? All right, let me get into Discord, sorry, because I'm having people wait. Hello.
Hello.
Sorry for yapping and forgetting to come into Discord.
How dare you?
Yes. Hi.
I'm so nervous.
Don't be. I'll kill you first just to let out the nerves.
Thank you.
Oh,
Bye, chat.
that'll happen in the first 10 seconds. Don't worry about that.
Probably. I'll forget to take her something.
You'll think you're on white mage.
Yeah. Sirik. Arf, arf. It's so sensual. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for supporting the channel.
Oh, I gotta make sure I turn my alarm off.
Okay. You recently started XIV. Your guides have been really helpful getting through early tries up to normal eating that you finished last night. Amazing. Welcome to the game. I hope it's awesome. I hope you enjoy your stay. And thank you for watching those guides. Oh snap, I have a face. It's AI. I'm a robot. I'm just a flesh tuber. All right. You caught me live. Welcome. Yes, thank you for watching those guides, by the way, my friends, on YouTube. And yes, this is new. YouTube streaming is new for me. This is my third Final Fantasy YouTube stream. So, apologies for my mistechness. No, I've always been on Twitch. I never did YouTube because for the longest time I wasn't allowed to do multi-streams from Twitch, and then they loosened all those guidelines or all those requirements, whatever. And so now that I can stream to both YouTube and Twitch, I am going to do that. So you can watch me either on Twitch or YouTube, it doesn't matter. I have both chats open. Hopefully I will read both chats. If I miss some messages, that's just me being bad, but I'm not ignoring you, I promise. I just don't know how to read. And yeah, my thumb, for those of you that don't know, my thumbs are AI. I can't bend them. Or I can bend them this way, but they don't bend backwards like most people's thumbs do. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna do a ready check and just make sure you've got everything you need, if you need to repair, all that stuff. And then we'll go in and then we can do...
Summoner is AFK.
Okay. Yours don't even either, Franco? Hell yeah, recessive gene, buddy. I learned this in school about in like grade 10, I think, the first time when we were learning about dominant and recessive genes, and I discovered that I was the only one in my class that didn't have a thumb that bent backwards. So, got made fun of for that.
Arf, arf.
Spiritual stoat. I almost read that as spiritual toast because of the dyslexia. But thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the channel, my friends. The more... I should collab with Dad Bod Mr. Happy. We've done stuff together before in the past. But Dad Bod Mr. Happy is way too cool for me now. So, I don't know. I also don't have the time to do stuff with him as much because State of the Realm is like at the worst time for me. It's like right when I'm doing dinner and family stuff. So outside of State of the Realm, I don't really know what we would collab on, but The last time I saw him was at the media event, and he was awesome as usual. Like, I almost didn't recognize him at first because it was the first time I had seen him in person since probably 3 years prior to that time, and it was like before his glow up, if you will. People's thumbs bend backwards. Yeah, people have thumbs that literally like do this, but the other direction. You might end up eating hits. That's okay. I don't care. You've got tank privilege. We'll be fine. All right. Still waiting on our friend that's AFK. Once they are back, I'll do the ready check and we'll go straight in. They are the weird ones. I agree, Franco, but technically this is the recessive trait and then the bendy one is the dominant trait. It broke the internet. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh, to our YouTube members, by the way, which is like the subscription equivalent, but on YouTube, I don't know if you saw, but I made a little post that says that we unlocked 2 more emotes, at 8 members, or no, at 15 members. At 15, we get 8. We get 1 more emote unlocked. There's like a graph I found on YouTube Help that shows you the thresholds per members. I think it's every 10 you get something. And then it like exponentially increases as you go higher. But we currently have 7 emotes unlocked on YouTube. We obviously have a lot more unlocked on Twitch, but that's because I've been streaming on Twitch for forever. But yeah. My goal is to one day have the same number of emotes on both. Not sure if that's possible, but it would be nice to have the same emotes for both. There haven't been a ton of disconnects since the update. They probably did do something regarding the DDoS. All right, here's the ready check. My thumb is the dominant one only on Friday nights. It's not the only part that's dominant, if you know what I mean. Let's go.
And here we go.
Have completely different emotes on both. Make people want to sub to both places. Culp, this is why you're like the marketing mastermind, and I'm just
look at
the
those cutscene watchers.
hashtag Nami.
I'm excited.
This cutscene is awesome.
Why are you attacking me?
Don't be toxic.
Oh my god.
Good luck in there,
Sunspar.
gamers.
I can cut it with a knife. Thank you for the
It's
resub.
okay. It'll be, like I said, it'll be when Miz just murders everybody.
Oh yeah, you know what's happening.
I really only just want the glamour for that headgear though.
Which headgear?
The one that like spins and like lights up at the beginning of the cutscene.
Oh, that thing
Oh,
on
the
their
little
head.
like, yeah. The AI thing.
Yeah.
Their little soul saver. I don't know what it's actually called. I don't remember the story.
I want this dude to commentate the entire tier, please.
Yes,
100%.
but he
He's
has to
very,
be like sassy
hey,
the whole
you
time.
died.
I want it to be like old WrestleMania at like M12 Savage, like some WrestleMania messes. I don't know WrestleMania, but you know, some craziness back in the old days of WrestleMania.
We definitely need more sassy quotes. Okay, so do we have anyone that is completely brand new? That
I
isn't
am.
okay, that's just so I know how to cater my explanation. All right, I'm gonna put a way marker down right here, and if we can have everyone stand around it at a clock spot. Lydia, if you want a main tank, you're obviously gonna be at the north part. I'll be in the south here, and then let's do the healers on the east and west, and then the DPS on the intercardinals. With ideally melee in the south, yeah. Just so that they can get their positionals. who do we have for melee? Smooth and Vivica. Unless you prefer to be up there, Smooth, that's fine. But being in the back here, you can... Wait, does Viper have positionals? I don't even know, honestly. Probably not. I don't know. All right, anyway, not important. Okie dokie. So the very first mechanic that the boss will do, and then will do throughout the fight, is an attack that does 4 hits, but the first 2 hits will always bait to the 4 closest players. So what we're trying to do, and this is what Party Finder does whenever you see them say same baits, this is what they're doing. What we're trying to do is every time that we have to bait the attacks, we want to bait them on the intercardinals around the boss. And so the way that we're going to accomplish that is, for this very first time here, we're always going to have the DPS bait first. And so basically as soon as we pull here, everyone's going to stand at max melee except for the damage dealers. You guys are going to stand inside the boss's hitbox in your intercardinal. My words just stopped working for a second there. And what you're doing is you're just baiting it in that direction where you're standing. And then as soon as it hits you, you can go to a cardinal position at max melee just to be out of the way. And then you're going to swap with the support players. And what we're going to do is we're going to rotate counterclockwise. So, wait, is that what we did last week? I forget. I know Party Finder does
Supports
counterclockwise.
counter.
Yeah,
Supports
okay,
counter.
perfect. So basically supports from your cardinal spots here, you're just going to rotate counterclockwise, and the second time around you're going to bait instead. And so we're going to keep those intercardinal spots as like the unsafe where we're baiting. You never want to stand there unless you're actively baiting. As soon as supports get hit, everyone is going to stand at the cardinal, and the last 2 hits from the boss will always go to wherever the first 2 were baited. They'll just hit the ground instead of people. So, does that make sense? I know it's a little difficult not having seen the mechanic yet, but just from what I've briefly mentioned, vaguely described, does that make sense to everyone?
It kind of does to me, but I'm a little bit kind of in the surreal. This is being... I'm sorry. I'm a little
For you,
nervous.
that's fine. So for you, as soon as you pull, she's going to jump to the center, so just follow her wherever she jumps, or you can pull her to the center if you want to start off with. But to begin, for us support players, we're just going to stand at max melee, so as far back as you can without losing like your ability to hit or whatever. And then as soon as, I'll call this out as it's happening, but if you want to look for it yourself, as soon as the first hit hits towards the corners, you're just going to run counterclockwise. So in your position, you'd be over here where World Boss is standing. You're going to stand here inside the hitbox. It's going to hit you, and as soon as it hits you, you're going to go back to the cardinal and then just chill there for the next 2 hits. Does that make sense?
So basically I go diagonally, let me think,
Yep.
to my right, since I'll be facing the boss.
Yes.
Okay,
You're facing
got
the
it.
boss to the right. Yes, that's correct. The waymarkers look like this, by the way. Nope. Wait. Yes, like that. So, you are normally starting at the alpha waymarker, and then you're just going to stand between A and D to bait for you specifically.
Okay.
Okay. And then after that, Lydia, there is a tank buster, and for that first one, you can just pop Living Dead and take both hits for it. And then for the rest of the tank busters, we can swap. But for that first one, you could just do that, and then it's not a big deal. Okay, so that is all I will explain so far. We're just going to do that first mechanic, figure that out. If we need to kind of stop and like iterate anything, we can. But for the most part, the way that we run this is like I'll explain the one mechanic, and then we'll just pull to see mechanics so that when I do explain them, it makes a little bit more sense. But before we begin, does anyone have questions? Anything you can think of, or anything that's slightly confusing? If you also just want to see the fight and see the mechanic before you ask your questions, that's totally cool too.
I think I want to see it, in action. So
Yeah,
I
of
know
course.
I go to my right for the first. I think I'm getting it, but it's just the baiting part.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so let's do a countdown, and I will kill you, of course. You just don't know when I'll kill you. That's what keeps it exciting. All right, so the boss will jump to the center here on her own. But DPS right now, if you can stand at your intercardinal points, make sure you're inside the circle. Everyone else stay out of the circle as far away as you can because we don't want to bait. All right, now you're moving into our positions to bait. Everyone else going cardinal, and now everyone go to a cardinal spot. Make sure you are out of the way. Okay, we had a little bit of overlap on this side here, but that's okay. If you want to res them, we can go ahead and keep going. Here's your tank buster. You can Living Dead for this. You'll want to press it as it's casting. I'll call it out a little sooner because that was a little quick.
Okay,
But-
that was my fault. I have a macro for it.
That's okay. All right, so right here, she's going to start spawning ads, and the ads will always copy what she does. All right, that glowing part, you want to go opposite, so over on the Bravo side. As soon as it hits, we're going to go to Delta, so cross over to the other side. Beautiful. All right, so she's going to spawn ads here. What was it? Right side is safe? Okay. Oh, I should mark myself. All right, come stand over here by the Charlie marker, where I'm jumping up and down. All right, so these ads are going to attack. Oh shit, I don't have tank stance on. See, I killed you, Vivica. You're welcome. As soon as the
Ms.
attacks go
Murder.
off, we're gonna run through the boss to the opposite mirror edge, right over here. And now we're gonna die because I didn't talk about this part. I also forgot to give partners. That's okay. Perfect. Now we can talk about stuff. All right, so that was super hectic callouts. Don't worry if like it completely went over your head. But we saw a little bit more, and now we can explain a little bit more. Okay, yeah, let's mark the healers, and I will mark myself up too. We can probably mark up the 2 tanks, unless you think that's too clustery or too.
I would
too
just
messy.
say Dorito yourself.
Okay, I'll just mark myself up then.
So on the very first one, for the inner cardinal, first hit, and then where am I supposed to rotate?
You can go into any of the cardinal spots. So if you want to kind of keep, like as a DPS, it doesn't matter because, you know, your default spot is at an intercardinal, but you can come either to Charlie or Delta. Wait, where are you? You're normally northwest?
I'm between A and D.
Okay, so you can either go to A or Delta. It doesn't matter. Alpha, whatever. Any of the cardinals. So no matter what, and this is going to be throughout the fight because we're going to do basically like true north relative the whole time, every time she's doing this bait mechanic. The cardinals, or like her side, well, side's isn't the right word, but like her intercardinal pointy parts are where we will always take the mechanics. So that is never safe. If you want to be safe, you have to be on a cardinal. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Okay. So did everyone, I think for the most part, everyone kind of figured out where to go for their safe spot, their rotation. The only thing is, remember that it is baited on the 4 closest players, regardless of whether you've already been hit or not. So you have to make sure after you bait the first time, especially as a DPS player, after you get hit by yours, as you're moving into the safe spot, make sure you're moving away from the boss too. Supports are going to step into the hitbox just to make sure that they're the closest, but you got to be careful that you're not, you know, just without thinking, getting too close or accidentally baiting another one, because you have a debuff on you and that's going to kill you, and you could also potentially kill other people by overlapping onto people. Oh yeah, let's do partners quickly. Thank you. Okay, so back to this. If you can go back to your clock positions here. So throughout the encounter, we will have to either do like a party stack, and that will be on the 2 healers that are marked 1 and 2. Lydia, you can always go to group 1, and I will always go to group 2. And then for everyone else, if you are on the east side, you're going to be on group 2. If you're on the west side, you're going to be on group 1. Does that make sense? Yes. And generally, we're going to take these 2 stacks. The first time we have to do party stack, it'll be east-west like this, and I'll call that out. But the second time, we can only do it north or south. Or I guess the rest of the time, it'll be a north or south. So in that case, we'll always do group 1 always to the north and group 2 to the south. And I will call all this out again as we get closer to those mechanics. But for now, just as like a general idea, all you have to remember is what group you're in. So just remember the healer, 1 or 2, and then just follow that marker or be on that marker if you need to. So that's the first type of stack, with the party stack. There is also the chance that we get partner stacks instead. And for that, we're going to have DPS, you're going to rotate clockwise. Unless, is that the opposite of what we did last time?
No, it's the same. We did it this way.
So shouldn't you be on Lydia, Nami, then?
No. Well, I mean, I can.
Wait, did I say clockwise or counterclockwise? I don't know how clocks work.
Words are a big card.
So wait, DPS is rotating clockwise, but we're
For
rotating
partners.
counterclockwise?
Yes.
Okay, that's
'Cause-
confusing.
Listen.
Party
I'm just
finder. Okay, in that case, yes, we'll do DPS rotate clockwise. So you're gonna stand and find your support player on your cardinal. So Vivica would come to me. Smooth would go to, wait, who's the healer on this side? Oh, Luna. Okay, so Smooth would go to Luna and World Boss, you would go to Lydia. So the other clock direction. I don't know. I'm trying to keep it as close to Party Finder strats as possible, but sometimes Party Finder strats are like the stupidest things ever, so
You
we
mean
just have to
boss
kind of
relative for this
yeah,
fight?
we just have to deal with it. Okay. All right, does everyone understand that? Do you know your partner? That, I guess that's the bottom line here. Do you remember which direction to rotate and who your partner is? Because if you don't remember the direction, at least remember who your partner is and what they look like, and you can find them. Okay, perfect. All right, so those baits that happen right at the front or at the beginning here, that's the very first mechanic. Then we're gonna have the Tank Buster. Just pop your Living Dead once it starts to cast. It's called... I forget what it's called, but once I see it, I will remind you, Lydia. You can just pop your thing there. And
It's called Biscuit Maker.
yeah, there you go. Then she does the half room cleave. So anytime she's doing this half room cleave, you'll notice that her one side of her is super big glowing claws, and then she'll do the other side immediately after. So what you do is you just move opposite the glowing claw. As soon as the attack goes off, you always run back across the center line of the boss or whatever to avoid the second attack, because she'll always do like a double attack like that. Then she spawns those ads. So she's going to be spawning these ads throughout the entire encounter. And like I said, if you remember in the hecticness of my callouts, anytime she's doing ads and like linking to these ads, they will copy what the boss does exactly. So the ads will copy the attack itself and then the direction of the attack. If the boss happens to jump around, the ads will also jump around. So anything that the boss does, the ad will also do. So if that's helpful for you to remember as how mechanics work later on, cool. If not, then ignore that. So, so she does the half room cleaves and then spawns the ads, which means the ads will then copy those half room cleaves. And what we're doing is we're just finding the one single safe pizza slice. I will jump up and down with my Dorito. So if you are lost in the sauce, just find me and stack on me. Now, because it's a double attack, as soon as the first attack goes off, we basically just run straight through the boss to the mirror opposite pizza slice. And that's to dodge the second part of the cleave. And then immediately after that is when she'll do either the party stack or the partner stack. And this one's a little bit harder because depending on how the ads spawn, we may get turned around from like true north position. So what I'll do is I'll add an extra call out that will say, like, open your eyes, look at the waymarkers, find where your normal waymarker should be. We're gonna do the party stacks at Bravo and Delta, so east and west, and then partner stacks will be on the waymarker, whatever you're assigned to. So the way I usually call that out, as long as I'm not flustered, I'll say something like party stacks, Delta Bravo, group 1 and 2, or I'll say partner stacks, find your waymarker, just as a heads up so you know what to listen to. Will I do ultimate carrying party? Only if I'm the one being carried. All right, any questions so far?
Luna needs a minute.
Yeah. There is, I guess I could quickly mention what happens after in case we do get past it. So the boss will sometimes jump around the platform the way she does on normal mode. She'll tether to a marker on the platform somewhere and then jump to that position before doing the attack. So what we do then is we just have to run to the marker and treat the marker as like we would the boss. But I'll do that call out once we get closer. Okay, I'll do a ready check, and if there are no questions or anything, we can go right in, and depending on what kills us, we'll stop and talk about it, or talk about new mechanics as they happen. Okay, Whenever you're ready, you can throw that countdown up. And we'll start. So reminder for DPS, you are baiting first here. Make sure you get into position around the center as soon as possible. The boss will jump basically right away. And support players, you're gonna go max melee away from the boss so that you're not accidentally baiting. All right, DPS baits happening first here. Okay, supports go in, trade places. And now everyone goes safe. Okay, so there's a little bit of overlap here still on the side here, but that's fine. We can fix that. Here's the tank buster. Go ahead and pop that living dead. Healers, do your best to res. Okay, the ads are gonna pop up here. Got a little bit of time to catch up, so. We're looking for the half room cleaves over to the left first, left side first. As soon as the attack goes off, we're gonna go across the other way. Come to the right. All right, so left side is safe first. We're gonna go over here where the jumping Dorito is by the alpha. We are facing backwards, so just keep an eye on those way markers. If you need to orient yourself, do so now. We're about to dodge the attack, the first attack. Remember, we're gonna run through the boss to the opposite side and avoid the second one. All right, we are going now. Go through. And now we have party stacks. Delta Bravo, 1 and 2, group 1 and 2, east-west. All right, nice work. Almost there. So this is the ad copying what she just did for later. All right, so this is the marker. This is the marker, what it looks like when she's gonna jump to it. DPS, you're gonna go around that marker and bait, just the same way as we do earlier. And then everyone's gonna go safe to avoid the last 2 attacks or whatever. And then she does, I'm just gonna call out what happens, just so you guys can see the mechanics. So she's gonna do an AoE blast here. Whoops, I let go of my mic, my bad. This is an AoE blast, we're just gonna heal through it. And then she's gonna cast something called Mouser. So in your dead positions there, just look at the platform so that when I explain the mechanic, you actually know what I'm looking at. All right, so she jumps to the center here, and then red tiles will appear. And these tiles are basically just indicating the order that she's gonna hit these platforms. And you'll notice that if a platform gets hit by 2, it will break. And so what we're trying to do here is identify which of the platforms stay up and where we have to stand. I'll do all the callouts for this, so you just have to follow me. And then the platform reforms again. And then this is where we do this. I'm just gonna let you see what the marker looks like. Okay, so this pink marker over my head, if you can see it past the Dorito, that is the main mechanic for this phase, but I'll leave it for now. I'm not gonna explain it just so I don't confuse you yet, but good that we saw up to there. Super 2, thank you for watching those guides. Okay, so let's figure out what is going on in the west side here. So it seems like we're getting an extra overlapping bait in the wrong spot, I believe, just from what I noticed quickly. I wasn't entirely looking, so I could be wrong, but it looked like the second bait, the support bait on that side, was getting baited into where the safe spot should be. So let me pull up a way marker here. So if you can imagine, no, let's not do that one. Let's do this one. Because it's a circle like the boss. So if we can have, like, let's pretend this A marker is the boss. If we can have everyone around it in their clock positions, we're just gonna like emulate what happens based on the call out. So once Lydia and Blitz are back, all right, so come stand around this circle as if it's the boss. All right, so let's pretend DPS are baiting first. So supports, you're gonna go, you know, max melee away from where we should be. And DPS, pretend you're baiting the first 4. So Lydia, if you step away from the little A marker just a little bit so you don't accidentally bait, you would want to be like up here because you're tanking the boss, so you're gonna be here. Okay, so Smooth, you would be a little bit in Just think of the edge of the waymarker as the edge of the boss's hitbox. All right, so this is DPS getting hit first. As soon as you are hit, you can move over, and supports are going to go ahead and take your spot. So Lydia, you would be basically right here, inside of the hitbox, but at, like on the northwest part of the hitbox. And you are baiting there, but you want to be inside the boss's circle. Okay, and then anyone that's trying to remain safe, you're going to stand at a cardinal. So it doesn't really matter which one, as long as you're safe. And then after supports get hit, everyone is standing at a cardinal, and if we do it correctly, the second 2 hits will pulse at the intercardinals completely out of our way, and we'll be safe. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if that like covered what happened. I will look more closely this time so I can pinpoint exactly what's going on. But that is the movement, if that helps to practice it kind of before we see it. Just remember, if you're not actively baiting, you're going to be at max melee or further. And if you are trying to stay safe, you want to be in a cardinal. The intercardinals will always be the danger zone, so only be there if you are actively baiting.
So DPS baits first, yes?
Yep, DPS first, and then us supports will go in for the second hit. At least for this one.
Okay.
Okay, any questions?
Yes, a little bit off topic. Does anyone feel like their skill speed is slower when the battle starts?
It might be a ping thing.
Yeah, if you find that you're lagging or something maybe, but I don't notice anything, but I haven't really looked, honestly.
It's not lag, it's more like, I don't know, it just feels like it's moving slower even though I have mine to like 2.50. It might just be me.
Maybe you're like psyching yourself out and you think it's slower or something, I don't know.
Take a deep breath, everything's fine.
Except for me about to murder you. It can happen at any time.
I feel like that's... You sign up for MTQ University, you're gonna die.
Yeah, there should
that's
be a
briefing,
waiver.
ma'am. I joke.
Okay. Countdown whenever you're ready. Elk Crossing, thank you for becoming a member on YouTube. You are awesome. Enjoy your YouTuber emotes, emojis. Why does Google have to be different and call them emojis?
Cancel? Well,
Someone canceled it. I had it set for 16.
Let's. All right, so DPS, you can go ahead and get in position around the center there. She's gonna jump. All right, DPS is baiting first. Supports, get out of the way. All right, supports trade places. Everyone go safe. Everyone go safe. This looks good. Stay safe. Beautiful. Look at that. That was excellent.
Very nice.
Do that every time. Tank Buster coming up. This is Living Dead. All right. Half room cleave coming up after she does her little ad stuff. To the right. Right side is safe first. As soon as it hits, we're going to cross over. Move over. All right. Right side is safe. Ads are coming out. Right side is safe over here by the Bravo, kind of. So this is your opportunity to kind of look around at the way markers, figure out where you are in relation to where you should be eventually. As soon as the attack goes off, we're going to cross through the boss to the mirror pizza slice. And then we're going to do partners or parties. Go through, go through. It's parties again. Delta, Bravo, group 1 and 2. Beautiful. All right, we're going to save party stacks for later. That's what she's doing right now, copying it over to that ad. All right, boss is jumping to the Delta side, to the west. DPS, go to that marker and bait as if you would around the boss. Okay, supports go in. Same way as before. And now everyone goes safe. Okay, not bad. This is going to be a little wacky until we get used to it, but good so far. Oh, I forgot about the party stack. Okay, that counts as a Mtq murder. All right, we're probably done here. We could recover. She's going to jump
Very
to the
nice on
center.
the first one, though.
All right, Lydia, this is going to be a little harder for you, but you can join us over here if you want for the beginning. Just come stand with me. All right, we're going to start on this tile, and we're just going to wait and watch, and then I will call out the movement. So we're going to go to the right as soon as it gets hit, and then once the left gets hit, we're going to go back. Go back. And stay here until the platform fully forms. Don't be like Mtq and step on it when it's glowing, because you'll fall right through. Okie dokie. Now we can do a light spread just to see who gets that pink marker over their head first. There it is. It's on Luna. All right, Luna's going to go to the... Okay, we didn't talk about any of this, but follow the Dorito over here. Come stand on this tile. Not bad. Who's that on? Blitz. Okay, Blitz, come over here. Come stand in this corner, face that way. Or I guess that works too. We're keeping it together, kind of. All right, get off of this stunt one and go over to where the 2 is or something. I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah, or where Nami's jumping. That's good too. All right, and last one. World Boss, you're gonna stand in that corner, face in towards the center of that tile. Beautiful. I don't know how we're doing this, but we're doing it. All right, this is a tank buster. This we will tank swap because we don't have cooldowns. So this is on
ready.
Oh, okay. Then I might die. Actually, I'm going to hollow ground. Ignore me. Just let me do my thing. There is a knockback happening here. You're going to have to position your character to the corners I call out. 3 or 1. 3 or 1. Make sure your back is towards 3 or 1 corner. Good luck. Oh, I moved through the boss to try to adjust and died. Okay, that's awesome. We can wipe here and we can go over what we did. That was super good for like on the fly callouts. Well done. Okay. All right, so very first thing we'll talk about is after the half room cleaves and the adds, she does that jump mechanic to one of the sides and then does the same bait cleaves from that marker. So we almost had that perfectly with like first time seeing it on the fly callout, so well done. The crazy thing about it is you just have to kind of like use the marker as if it was the boss, and that's probably the hardest part, just to, you know, ignore the boss when that happens and use the marker as the new boss, if you will. So what happens anytime you see these markers, or anytime she is using an ad to do her abilities from this point on, you kind of have to pre-position on the marker or on the ad eventually to handle the mechanic that the boss is showing from the center. So that's what makes it kind of confusing, because the boss is doing some animation in the center and you kind of have to like transpose that animation over to where the marker is and then handle it that way. So I think that's the hardest thing about this fight, is just like dislocating your mind from where the boss actually is to where the boss will be for the mechanic to actually go off. So that'll just take practice and being able to see it a little bit more. But so in this instance right here where she jumps to the marker, she will either only jump west or east, so either towards Delta or Bravo. And what I'll do is I'll call out, you know, she's jumping east or west or Delta Bravo. And DPS, you are baiting first again, so this is kind of on you to immediately move to the marker once you see what side it's on. And as I call it, whatever. So you're just going to run to that marker and you're going to stand around the marker as if it was the boss. So true north, same relative position that you normally do around the boss, but do it around the marker, because the boss will eventually jump there and then you'll be in the right spot. So you bait that in the same manner. As soon as you get hit, you get out of the way. As soon as the DPS get hit, the supports will take your place. We'll bait the second hit, and then everyone goes to the safe spots to avoid the last 2 hits. But the only crazy thing, in addition, is whatever party or partner stack that she stored on the ad at the beginning will happen immediately after that 4th hit. So when we go to move to our safe spots, like our safe cardinals, you're going to want to either inch towards the east-west to do partner stacks, or to your cardinal to be with your partner for partner stacks. Wait, to do party stacks or partner stacks. Sorry, that confuses me every time because they both start with P. But does that make sense so far? So DPS baiting first. Think of that as like the default. Anytime there's a mechanic like that, the default is DPS is baiting first at the intercardinals. and then swapping with supports, just as you do at the very beginning of the encounter. It's just getting used to the fact that it's like on a marker instead of the boss. Okay, and then after that, we get to the AoE blast, which is, if we're all alive, easy to heal through. And then she starts Mouser. So Lydia, when I said that you would have kind of like an opposite movement to the group, just to explain it, where we start on this tile here for the raid, if our movement to get onto the safe tile is to just move across once, you will have to do a double movement in the front. Or if our movement is to go here and then back, like if we do the double movement, then you only have the single movement. So that's super confusing. I don't know how to explain this without like showing you, but the two safe tiles will always be diagonal to one another, if that makes sense. So that's why you as the tank in the front, you're essentially doing the opposite movement that we are doing. But if you want to completely just ignore all that, you can come stand with us in the back, because I think the boss doesn't turn until after she finishes casting and breaking. The only negative about that is the boss will be backwards when the platform is reforming, and so melee may not have full uptime. So I'll leave it up to you, like what you feel comfortable with as you're learning. If you do get more comfortable with it and you want to stay in the front and just do it on your own there, you can do that. Or you can come stand with us and do that too. You can also dodge up and down. I've seen some people do that, but then you have to look at it yourself.
I think I'm gonna stay with the group, and then when the platform gets fully reformed, I'll quickly go back to True North.
Sure, no problem.
I know they gotta get that uptime. I used to be melee. That uptime is important.
Yeah. One thing I will say for healers, the main tank, whoever's tanking during the Mouser phase, is getting wrecked. Like, those auto attacks are disgusting. So just keep an eye out, keep some hots on. I'll keep my cooldown on you as much as I can. But just be careful on that main tank health, because it is pretty spicy. Okay, so if you saw, we have a 2x4 platform to work with in that phase. And the platform tiles that get reformed after the transition, those look like this, like the tile that we're standing on right now. And then the other ones have cracks in them. And so if you notice, the paw prints, the attack that the boss does to the people with the paw prints will break whatever tile they're standing on. And so those people with the paw prints will have to use the clean tiles to handle their mechanic. And the way to do that without really having to think about it is to just run to a clean tile, stand in the very corner of it, and then just face the center of that tile. And what that will do is there's two attacks that can hit you here. One will knock you forward a set distance, and one just knocks you into the platform. And so just always running to a corner and always facing the center of that tile will make it so that you don't have to think about which attack you're actually getting hit by. It makes it a little bit brain dead, a little bit easier for melee, for anyone really, to just not have to think about it. So remember, if there's a paw print over your head, you're going to run to a clean tile, to the corner, face to the center of that same tile, and that's it. You're just going to stand there. Well, you can keep attacking the boss, but you just want to not move your character from that position. The way that this attacks the group is it will either be all 4 damage dealers or all 4 support players get hit by the pink paw print. And so because we know that in advance, I would prefer to let the melee take the 2 center tiles, the ones, because we're going to keep the boss in the center. And then ranged players or healers, if you can go to the outer clean tiles, just to give melee that opportunity. Otherwise, it's kind of annoying for uptime. If you fuck up and you have to go to that tile or whatever, if it's too late for you to go back wherever, that's fine. No big deal. Like, if you're running towards a spot and you're already committed, just, it's fine. No big deal. But when we are a little bit cleaner and we are, like, going for the clear and stuff, I would prefer it that way. And I know Party Finder does prefer it that way. Let the melees always handle the center tiles, and then ranged and healers can do the outer tiles. Okay, any questions so far? I think that's all I'm going to talk about for now, because we do have to get there cleanly before we can, like, talk about it a little bit more in depth.
Yes,
so
I have one more.
Sure.
For the knockback mechanic, you said either 1 or 3, and I think I tried to go face 1 and I end up getting knocked off a broken tile.
Yeah, so for that specifically, the whole platform is forming, but 2 of the diagonal corners will always form faster. So the way I do the call out there is I'll say 1 or 3 or 2 and 4. And so what you have to do there as a character, you just want to make sure you're in line with one of those corners, like one of the safe corners. And as long as from the boss or from the center of the room where she's doing the knockback, as long as you're in that line with the corner, you should be fine to not get knocked off. Another way to make that slightly easier, and I don't want to go too crazy in depth because this is a little bit further than where we are for Prague, but when we're at that point, if we do group 1 towards the north side and then group 2 towards the south side, and that way you're 4 and 4, you'll have way more room to spread out afterwards, because afterwards everyone gets marked with a circle marker and you can't overlap. So if we're separated 4 and 4 like that, it's a lot easier. And so what we can do there is when I call out, for example, 1 and 3, that means group 1, the north side or the north safe side for you would be the 1, and the south safe side is the 3. So group 2 will go towards the 3 corner or get knocked towards the 3 corner, and the group 1 will get knocked towards the 1 corner, if that makes sense.
Okay, it does, because I got the mini map open. I can see now.
Okay. You can't use your knockback immunity, but you can, if you time it correctly, use your gap closer if you have like an oopsie. It's a little hard, especially with like stupid ping and the netcode, but it's possible to save yourself if you need to. But with 4 and 4, people split, like on each side of the boss. It's a little bit easier to see where your character is in relation to the boss, so it's a little bit easier to kind of angle yourself. And as we see it more, it'll like slow down for you, so it won't be as like hectic to get in proper position. Okay. Any questions to that point? Because that's all I will explain so far. Okay. I'll do a quick ready check, and if we're good to go, we can start. Oh, and for that tank buster, normally we would tank swap it, so during the cast I'll provoke off of you. We both need cooldowns, so just pop basically all your other cooldowns. There's plenty of enough time before the next tank buster for them to be up, so you can kitchen sink it if you want. And then you can provoke back afterwards just to continue main tanking if you prefer.
Okay, so don't involve this one.
No, you won't be able to because it'll be on cooldown still.
Okay. If you see me hit my macro, it's an accident and I'm still in main tank mode, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Alright, let's do it. Love. Okay. Boss will leap to the center, and DPS you guys can bait first. Support, make sure you're far enough away so you're not accidentally baiting. Okay, supports go in. And everyone goes safe. Perfect. That is beautifully done. Tank buster here. This is Living Dead. Okay, ads will be spawning soon, and she's gonna do her half room cleave. Right side is safe first. Go to the right side. And cross over. Alright, ads are popping up. The right side is safe first, which is over here between the Charlie and Bravo. Alright, use this time to kind of orient yourself, depending on where you will need to go soon. As soon as the attack hits, we're going to run through the boss to the mirror opposite, and then get ready for partners or party stacks. Going through, and it's party stacks again. Bravo, Delta, group 1 and group 2. Perfect. Alrighty, storing party stacks for later. The boss is gonna jump soon. DPS, get ready to bait around the marker over on the west side by Delta. DPS is baiting by Delta. Okay, support's going in to your spot. Everyone go safe, and then start to go towards Bravo Delta, or not Bravo Delta, but like east-west around the boss for the party stacks. Perfect. Good job. This is an AoE blast here, so if you've got raid cooldowns or anything you can spare, you can use them now. Perfect. The boss will jump back to the center, and we can prepare on this tile back here for Mouser. So basically when she starts casting this, you can come to us, Lydia. Alright, we're gonna dodge to the right as soon as it gets hit. And then we're gonna dodge to the left after the left gets hit. So just wait here for a little bit. Okay, go back. And we're gonna chill here until the platform is back to normal. Okay, now we can loosely spread just to see where the pink paw print lands and who's getting it first. It's on me. I'm gonna be right here, so go opposite me. Go to the clean tile opposite me. I forgot to talk about the extra, like, whatever mechanic, but you always want to be diagonal to the person taking the paw print, by the way. All right, that's Lydia. Lydia, you can stay on that platform. You don't have to run that far. You should go to the corner, though. Go to the corner and face inwards. Oh, too late. Actually, this might work out. Blitz, watch out! Woo! Okay. All right, Blitz is in that far corner. We can be on this corner right here. And you can bring the boss back to the center, Lydia. You don't have to move from the center. All right, Luna, you're going to be in that corner. And everyone make sure you're diagonal to that tile that's being affected. Beautiful. All right, Tank Buster on Alpha. You can just stand here. Oh, shoot. I'm dumb and I provoked earlier because okay, Lydia, you might die. I'm so sorry. Maybe not. Hey, okay, you can take it back. All right, 3 and 1, 3 and 1. We're getting knocked to 3 and 1. Remember, north or south groups just to split up a bit. Okay, make sure you spread. All right, good job. That was really well done. All right, you can bring her back to the center. So now we're gonna start having the exact same mechanics in slightly more complicated combos. So very first thing, she's gonna jump east or west and do a half room cleave at the same time. So we're gonna see where she's jumping first. All right, over to the delta side, we're gonna stay on the inside of this line first. As soon as the attack goes off, we're gonna go across to the outside, cross over. Perfect. Okay, so now she's gonna copy this on the ad. She jumped to, okay, so this will be 4 in for later. Ignore this call out. This is just for later. 4 in later. All right, DPS, get ready. She's gonna jump to a marker and you're gonna bait around that marker. There it is. So run around that marker, true north bait, just like before. All right, supports go in, bait. Not bad so far. And now everyone goes safe. All right, stick around here. This will be 2 clock positions for later. All right, healers, if you can get them up, we can try to do this and we'll see what we get. All right, Lydia, you can bring the boss back to the center here. And what we're doing here is we're just waiting to see which of the ads get activated. Okay, everyone come to the 2 marker and be in your clock position around the 2. If you have an orange marker over your head, you are not baiting first. All right, DPS is baiting first, just as you normally would. Around the 2 marker, around the 2 marker. All right, supports go in. Good try so far, good try so far. Okay, that was really, really, really well done for how, like, blind the callouts were. Okay, so like I said, it definitely gets a little bit more hectic, but once we, like, break it down slowly, it's really not as bad as it seems. And if you just listen to the callouts, they'll carry you a bit. Okay. Okie dokie. So basically what happens there after Mouser, actually let's talk about Mouser first because there was some confusion there. So for me and you, Lydia, specifically in the support group, we are the melee. So we will always take the 2 center tiles, whatever of the 2 center tiles that are clean. We're going to use those as our tiles to handle the paw print. So you don't have to move at all from the center. You can literally just like spin around the boss to be in the appropriate safe tile as you need. And then when it's your turn to take the paw print, you can literally, like if the boss is here, you can literally stand right in this corner, the inner corner, and then just turn your character around so that you're facing the center of the tile. And that way you can still kind of DPS a little bit, at least until the very last second. And then it'll knock you into the center of that tile. Does that make sense?
A little bit.
Okay, so when we get back there, I will just call it out. But you do not have to run to the far tiles. Like, just stay in the middle kind of area, and the rest of us will adjust around you. So one thing I did forget to mention about the Mouser phase and the paw print attack for the rest of us, whoever is getting hit by the paw print attack is also doing like a shockwave attack, like a cross attack from wherever their point of origin is. So from here basically, if you know Bomberman, if you're old enough for that, it's that mechanic where from this tile, all of the tiles adjacent and perpendicular are affected by the blast, and if you stand there, you will get knocked off the platform. So when I say the rest of us stand kind of diagonal to whatever tile is being used, that's basically what we're doing. We're just going to kind of be diagonal to make sure we're not in the blast wave lane. And again, if you are lost in the sauce, always find the Dorito and come stand on the Dorito. I will try to bounce around as much as possible so you can see me. But until you get used to it, you always kind of want to be in a diagonal tile of where it's being handled. Does that make sense? Unless the Dorito has a paw print. That's very true. If I have a paw print, you want to be opposite me or a diagonal to where I am, because I obviously am not safe anymore. In that case, just bounce on either the number 2 or the Nami Nami Lara Croft over here. Okay. So after Mouser, she does do the knockback, the tank buster, which I screwed up there, Lydia. That was my fault. I provoked earlier just to get the boss back in the middle and forgot that I was supposed to provoke for the tank buster. But I will have provoked there normally and properly, and I will not kill you. Although I did cover you, so I did save your life. You're welcome. But we'll do it properly this time. And after I get hit, you're free to take it back just to continue tanking it. And immediately after the tank buster is the knockback. So you noticed everyone had that big circle around them immediately after the knockback. That needs to be spread apart, no overlapping, because it will murder you if you do cross lines, whatever. So this is where those 2 groups kind of come into play, where North group, or group 1 goes towards the north side and group 2 stays towards the south side, just to split up people so that there's enough room for everyone to spread. And melee players and tanks, we can gap close back in to, like, you know, take our circle attacks around the boss and keep up time. If you want to do that, though, gravitate towards your regular way marker, kind of. So Lydia, if you're gap closing in from the north, you can stay at the alpha, like that will be your spot. I will always kind of gravitate towards the Charlie, and then Delta and Bravo basically are free for Vivica and Smooth if you guys want to stay in melee range. You can also stay out if you have ranged attacks or whatever loaded up, and you can do that. That's fine too. But if you do want uptime and if you do want to come back in immediately, you can gap close back in immediately. Just make sure you use your way markers so that you're not overlapping with any of the other melees.
Okay.
Okay. All right, any questions so far? I know that was a lot. Oh, I guess we technically should talk about what happens after Mouser, because we did get to it. So, like I said, we're just copying the same mechanics, but with like a little twist for each one. You saw the half room cleave there with, oh no, I guess we didn't see. Well, we saw the beginning half room cleave, and that she's just gonna jump east or west, and we use that line on the east or west as the attack line or whatever. So we either stay in or out based on which hand is glowing, and then we go to the opposite side to avoid the second attack, just like we do up to that point. And then from that position where she jumps east or west, she will then again jump, like for example, if she's on the west here, she will either jump to the 1 marker or the 4 marker, and then she'll do the bait cleave. So that is the same thing. DPS, you're gonna find that marker, and you're gonna stand around the marker and bait as you would around the marker. Remember, it is true north, so I'll help with the call out there just to kind of remind you that it is true north, but the orientation is the same as all the other baits, where you just stand around the marker, bait your attack, and then the supports will come in and take your spot while you go safe, and then everyone goes safe. So basically what the boss is doing there, after those first 2 attacks, the half room cleave and then the baits, she's going to summon ads in the center. And from where she moved, like this is where like the movement of the boss and the attack and the type of attack and all that stuff comes into play with the ads. So when you hear me call out after each cleave and crap, I'm going to call out something like 4 in or 1 clocks or something. So that call out is for later. Don't let it confuse you, because I know sometimes it can if I'm just willy-nilly saying that. But just to reiterate, that is for later, and I'm basically just like putting it into my brain what the ads will do in the future. It's how I remember the mechanic, and it's how I'm going to do the call out, so don't let it like mess you up. But basically, once I know those positions for like the future ad mechanics, we're going to start in the center, or we can stay on the side if the future mechanics are on one side. We'll know in advance where to stand. And basically what we're waiting is just to see which of the ads gets activated. And depending on which ad gets activated, we know what combo to expect. So for example, that time we got the clock bait position mechanic again. And as you noticed, we had an extra mechanic with the orange bouncing marker on our heads to handle. And all that does is it just kind of potentially makes it so that DPS doesn't bait first. So if DPS happens to get the markers above their heads, they just won't bait first. It's just going to be supports. So that extra mechanic, if you see the orange over your head, you are just not baiting first, regardless of what the default is. So that's why we all start around the marker at our clock position, so we can all see who's doing what. And then once we see who has the orange markers and who cannot bait, then the other team goes in to bait the first mechanic. And then after that hits, the second team swaps positions. So it could be the same as all the other baits, or it could be supports first. So just heads up on that. And then for the half room cleave, if she does that one instead, the only extra for that one is that there are party stacks involved at the same time as the cleaves are happening. And so if you remember from me earlier saying that group 1 will always go north and group 2 will always go south, this is where that comes into play, because depending on which cleave is happening first, we only have like we don't have east and west to deal with, to handle the mechanic. We only have north and south. So that's where we're going to take the 2 stacks north and south in the safe spot, and it'll hit us, and then we're going to dodge the second attack. So it's pretty simple. But yeah, that was a lot of words for a lot of things that we haven't seen yet. So if that was at all confusing, let me know. But if you have questions, let me know now. Otherwise, we can just go right back in, because it's definitely one of those things that's a lot easier once you see it a bunch of times.
Yes. Question for the third, I think bait, it was right after the mouser. If we are like, if DPS is baiting first and they have the little like danger symbol,
They will
is
not
that
be
like a
baiting.
spread?
Yeah. So if we're waiting for that bait mechanic to go off and then the orange markers appear, whoever gets orange markers cannot bait first, because they can't take both attacks at the same time. So if it happens that DPS gets the wubs on their heads, they just can't bait first, and support will bait in first. And we'll call that out. So once I see who has the markers, because it's either going to be all of the DPS have the markers or all of the support players have the markers. And once we know that, we'll know who gets to bait first. And like I said, it could be completely normal where DPS just baits normally and then supports goes in second. But if it happens that DPS gets the orange markers on their heads, then support will go in to bait the first one, and then we swap positions that way, and then the rest is the same.
Okay, so basically for the third bait mechanic, if there's a wub over the DPS, it's basically that just switch roles for the mechanic.
Yeah,
okay.
You're switching like the order of who's baiting first.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, let's go. Chaos Data Center is what? EU? Is it EU? If you're on NA, you can come, because it's all connected. EU, I guess you would need a separate character on an NA data center. Alright, DPS is baiting first. Alright, supports are going in to bait. And now everyone be safe. Beautiful. Alrighty, first tank buster happening. This is Living Dead. Half room cleaves are coming soon. Right side is safe. Right side is safe first. Okay, crossover. The ads are coming out. Right side is safe. Over by, or in between Bravo and Alpha over here. Okay, use this time to kind of find your way marker. We're going to do that after we cross through the boss to avoid the second attack here. First attack is coming soon. And we're going through. It is partners this time. Go to your void markers with your partner. This is different than all the other times. Okay, we survived! Yay! Alright, we are saving partners for later. DPS, get ready to bait on the marker. It's over on the west side by Delta. DPS around that marker, please, to bait. Everyone else go far away. Alright, supports go in. Alright, everyone go safe. Find your partner. Go to your partner in your cardinal. Beautiful! Alright, big raid-wide AoE blast coming up. The boss will leap to the center here, and we'll start Mouser very soon. Okay, so let's start on this tile here. I'll do the call out soon. We are going to go to the right and then stay right. Going to the right and staying here the whole time. My ring! Wait for the platform to form. Alright, quick reminder, if you're a melee, please take the 2 center. If you're a ranged, please take the 2 outer. Let's do a loose spread so we can see where the pop prints are. Alright, it's on Luna. Luna's gonna go to the far edge. Everyone to the Dorito, please. We're going diagonal. We don't want to get shockwaved off the platform. Alright, this is support pop prints, by the way. Alright, Lydia, you can be on that. Yeah, just make sure you're in the corner right here, and then face the center. Okay, who's next? Either me or Blitz. Alright, it's Blitz. Make sure you are on this. Yeah, we can be on this over by the Charlie. Just make sure you're not in line with Blitz. Alright, me is next. Me is good grammar. I'm gonna be over here, so make sure you're opposite, diagonal me. Blitz, get off of that. Yeah. Okay, good. Tank Buster coming soon. I'm gonna provoke off of you. Make sure we pop regular cooldowns here. Knockback soon. Knockback soon. Alright, you can take it back from me. It is 4 and 2. 4 and 2. Group 1 to the north. Group 2 to the south. Get ready for knockbacks and spread after. Beautiful. Alright, we can res smooth. And then we're getting ready for the boss to jump and do a half room cleave first. We are jumping to the west side, and we're staying on the inside first. Inside first. And cross through. Crossover. Alright, ad is spawning. Alright, it's gonna be 4 in for later. 4 in for later. Alright, DPS get ready. She's gonna jump to the marker either at the 1 or the 4. Marker by 1. Remember, go around the marker, around the clock positions. We're baiting. Alright, supports go in to bait. Okay, careful on that north side there. That second bait is a little north. Okay, that's good. And this is 2 clocks again. 2 clocks again. I'm going to bring the boss in between these 2 ads because we don't know where we're going yet and we want to be equidistant. Let's see what we get. It's the ads. Come to the 2 and be in your clock position around the 2. Remember, true north, so find your clock position. If you have orange over your head, you are not baiting. All right, support's baiting first. Support's baiting first, around the 2 marker. All right, DPS step in. Everyone go safe. All right, remember, we're trying to keep the intercardinals always, think of them as like the no-no spots. You don't want to go there unless you are baiting. All right, next we are doing 4 on the inside. So we're going to stand on the inside part of the 4, and you'll see here the party cleave. So a reminder, I don't know if this is going to work because we're missing people, but group 2 to the south and group 1 towards the north on the safe spot, and then cross over. All right, not bad. She's going to do another raid-wide blast here. I'm just gonna keep us alive a little bit just so we can see the mechanics, but this is all a repeat. So raid blast, she's gonna jump back to the center here, do another mouser. This is identical to the first one. So the same dodge well, not the same pattern, but the same type of dodging. Oh, nice, LB. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so meet over here. Come on this tile. We are gonna move to the right after it gets hit and then stay there. All right, move to the right. All right, so this incoming mouser phase is the same except for one extra thing. This time, DPS will be handling the paw prints. So DPS, if you were paying attention, let melee handle the center tiles. Ranged, please go to the outer tiles. And reminder, you are standing on a corner of the tile, facing in towards the tile. And then the rest of us, we're either gonna have to stack or spread inside of our safe tile. All right, Vivica's staying there. So tank on Delta, DPS on Charlie, healers in the center. If you can do that fast enough. Oh, nope. Okay.
DPS is in the middle.
Yeah, it's okay. That's
good,
like
though.
the hard
That's
part of the
pretty good.
mechanic. All right, so if you notice, the boss itself is casting Splintering Nails right here. There's also a lineup. So it's either going to be the Splintering Nails or the lineup mechanic. And all that denotes, there's the lineup. All that denotes is whether or not we need to split into our role groups or stack all together to take that extra damage. Okay, but that was super good. Let's go back to talking about the bait mechanic and the half-room cleave and all that stuff in that second phase or whatever you call it. I don't know what phase it's called. So reminder, again, this is the hardest part, like just thinking of the marker as the boss. When we are baiting, especially if you have to do a swap there where the support players bait first, I know that kind of throws you off a little bit because it is different than what we normally do, but it's the same concept. So supports will bait first, and then as soon as you get hit, you're going to go to a cardinal and stay safe. Do not ever go to an intercardinal if you are not actively baiting, because then you're going to overlap either yourself or someone else and kill people. So we are only ever baiting in the intercardinal spots. As soon as that first hit goes off, you swap with the other group. The other group will bait. And then from that point on, the only time that we really care about those orange markers is when they first spawn, so that we know who's baiting first and who's not. The rest of the time, technically you just have to be slightly spread a little bit, because you can kill yourself if you're a little too close, but it doesn't require like a lot of extra bane power. You just kind of go to your normal spots and you'll be fine. So does anyone have any questions with that one specifically? Because I know it is a little wacky because of the marker being what you're baiting around, but it could just be like having to see it a little bit more and getting used to it. The next time we do it, it could be the opposite, where DPS just baits first, and that's kind of normal, but you just have to get used to that movement. And then if you saw the 2 party stacks or party lineups for the half-room cleave ad, that's pretty simple, honestly, pretty self-explanatory. Group 1 will always go on the north side of the safe spot. Group 2 will always go to the south. And then as soon as we all get hit, we're going to cross over the line to avoid the second claw attack. Yeah, forgetting where True North is, I did that for like 3 weeks into this fight, so it'll take a while to get used to. And I'll do my best to kind of do a call out to remind people True North and all that. I know, Nami, you were also saying it, so if you want to keep doing that, that's awesome. Just as a reminder that it is a True North thing. Just look for the alpha. The alpha waymarker is my best friend. Yeah, it would be nice if the stands were somewhat different so that you can orient yourself like that, but no, this game doesn't want it. All right, any questions so far? Let's quickly talk about that second mouser. So like I said, it's basically identical, except for the raid has to do something extra. So within our... Oh, let me actually explain something before I explain the raid thing. So Lydia, for you specifically, as a tank, you can stay... So if the... If the boss is the A right here, in the center, like pretend these first 2 lanes are the center, or the platform in that phase, you can literally keep the boss here, and if this is your tile that you want to use, you can stay in this corner. You don't have to run to the far corner, because that will pull the boss, and poor melee won't be able to hit if you're too far into the far corner. So if you just stand on this corner here and then turn your character around to face the center, you'll be great. And this way you can also still hit the boss. What I like to do is I just stand here and hit the boss, and then I'm watching the enemy list, because the cast bar of the ad is what is going to attack you. So as soon as, like, if you're watching or keeping an eye on that cast bar, you can see, like, the very final moment where you can turn your character around if you want to play it greedy like that. But try to stay in the center as much as you can, because keeping the boss in the center will be beneficial for all of the melee, including myself, and I'm a greedy bitch, so... but otherwise, that was perfect. And so for the second mouser, if, for example, like say Lydia is taking the attack on that tile and we are standing on this tile as our safe tile, if we need to split up, tanks will always be on like the left side here, and DPS will always be on the right side. There's going to be way markers there, and I'm going to use the way markers to kind of call out the positions. So just keep an eye out, keep an ear out for that. Healers will always be in the center of the tile like this. So the way that mechanic works is it will always pick one random person of each role group. And so what we're doing is we're splitting tanks, healers, and DPS. So that we don't overlap each other. So that is one of the options, and the other option is to just stack up all together. It'll be like the very obvious lineup marker. But if you don't see that lineup marker, then make sure you are in your position, and I will call it out. So again, just listen for me. But that is basically what we're calling for if you want to know in advance. Okay. You're punning. Yep. My puns will rub off on you. It is just what happens when you're in close proximity to me. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, DPS is baiting first here. Support swapping in. Everyone be safe. Beautiful. Just stay here for the last hit. Tank Buster. This is Living Dead. Ooh.
Ooh.
I didn't see if Living Dead went off, or maybe they forgot to heal you. The healers abandoned you. That's fine though. Alright, get ready for half room cleave. Over to the left side first. Left side first. And once it hits, cross over. You can take it back whenever you want, Lydia. I can shirk you. Alright, left side was first? Yeah, over by Delta here. So use this time to orient yourself to the markers in case we have to do partners. As soon as the attack goes off, we're running through the boss and getting ready for partners or parties. Going through? It is parties. Delta, Bravo, group 1 and 2. Group 1 and 2. Perfect. We are stacking or saving party stacks for later. DPS, get ready for the marker. She's going to jump over to the east side by Bravo. DPS, go around that marker. True north. Bait around the marker, please. Woo, we missed someone. Oh, this is going to be painful for me. And our healers. Okay, that was just the, like, off bait or whatever. I think it baited on direct west. That's okay. We could restart. No worries. Yes, this was the first time she jumped to the east side, so I can see how it could have been confusing. She's tricky like that. But once you see all like the possible versions of each attack, it's you get into the groove of it. I mean, you could do a ready check, but I think we're good. I could probably pull 2. I think unless there's questions, you could probably just pull as soon as we're up. All right, DPS is baiting first. Provoking. Could you imagine? Support's going in. All right, everyone stay safe. All right, Tank Buster. This is Living Dead. Half-room cleaves are coming soon. Right side is safe first. Right side. Going through. Ads are coming up, and right side is safe. Right side is safe. Over by Charlie and Bravo. Okay. You can look at the way markers here just to see where you are. After the first hit, we're going to run through the boss to the opposite side. And getting ready for partners or parties. Running through, go through. This is parties, Delta, Bravo, group 1 and 2, group 1 and 2. Beautiful. We are storing party stack for later. DPS, get ready for the jump. Over back by the west side, Delta marker. Bait around that marker, please. Supports go in. And everyone goes safe. Find your groups at the same time. Group 1 and group 2. East and west, please. Alright, we survived. We're good. Big AoE blast here. Boss is moving back to the center, and Mouser will start very soon. Alright, we're going to start on this tile here. I'll do the call out very soon. We are going to the right. We're going to wait for the left side to hit, and then we're going to go back to the left. Go back. Alright, waiting here until the platform reforms. Okay, we can do a release spread just to see where the first paw print lands. It's on World Boss. Okay, we're gonna go opposite tile over here. This is all DPS, by the way. DPS are handling the paw prints here. Okay, Nami. Let's go opposite Nami over here. Alright, which lucky melee is next? Alright, smooth. Yep, perfect. We're gonna go opposite. And once this hits, we're gonna just run through the boss to the opposite side. Alright, Vivica, you can stay there. Ooh, did you turn the last moment? Maybe. I didn't actually look. After this is Tank Buster. I am invoking, and this is regular cooldowns. Once I get hit, you can go ahead and grab it off of me. Knockback is coming.
Have one safe corner. Yeah. No, actually, no.
Oh, we're good, we're good. 4 and 4 and 2. Sorry. I forgot what numbers were.
We can
Beautiful.
only count to 4.
I apparently can't even count past 1. Alright, do your best to res, and we can try to continue on. All right, she's gonna jump either east or west and do the half rim cleave. All right, we're gonna go to the west side and on the outside this time. Outside this time. Make sure you're on the outside and cross back in. Okay, this will be 4 out for later. 4 out. DPS, get ready to bait around the marker wherever it appears by the 4 or the 1. It's over by the 1. DPS, true north around that marker. Bait. Supports go in. Beautiful. Everyone be safe. This will be 2 clocks. 2 clocks. So 4 out or 2 clocks for later. We can bring the boss back to the center. And we are waiting to see which ad is activated first. So it was 4 out or 2 clocks. It's 2. Everyone around the 2 marker. Remember, true north positions. Find your clock. If you have orange over your head, you are not baiting. All right, DPS is baiting normally. This is normal baits. Normal baits around the 2 marker. Supports go in around the 2 marker. Everyone go safe. I hope I didn't kill anyone. I didn't.
Close.
Okay, excellent. If you can res, do so. And we're gonna go over here by the 4. This is 4 out first, so make sure you're on the outside of the line by the 4. Group
north.
1 towards the north. Yep, and group 2 come to the south here, please. On this side, please. Make sure you're on this side of the line. As soon as we get hit, cross over to the inside. Cross over. That's excellent. All right, big AoE blast here. And that is it for that combo. Very good. Very nicely done. So big AoE blast followed by Mouser. Lydia, if you would like to take the boss back, you can do so whenever you want. Boss is jumping back to the center, and we're gonna do the next Mouser here. Okay, we can start on the same tile over here. I'll do the callouts once I see it.
Supports.
So we're going to the right, and we're going to stay there. This time, supports will be the ones handling the paw prints. And remember, the rest of the raid will have to do either the split mechanic or the stack up mechanic in the safe tile. So just a heads up in case I'm not there. Alright, loose spread just to see who's first. Okay, it's Blitz first. We're going to go over here. Tanks on Alpha. Never mind, it's a stack. I'm just gonna do this and heal through it. Alright, next. Luna. Okay, we're gonna be over here. It's a stack again. Okay, so from now on, we're gonna have to do the roll position. So I'll do my best to do the callouts. Alright, it's me. Go opposite me. Tanks on Bravo. Tanks on Bravo. DPS on Alpha. Healers in the middle of that tile. We're missing a tank. So Lydia, you should have been on Bravo, like on the edge, on the line.
My bad, I'm sorry.
Oh, everyone come to the side! Oh, you're gonna get blasted! I've never seen that happen.
You were baited for that.
You're definitely baited. That's hilarious.
Baited. That was a good one.
Okay, here we can stay alive just so you guys can see the beginning of the next wacky ass mechanic. Alright, it's 3 and 1 here. I'll go over here. Alright, so this is ridiculous mechanic, but basically what happens is tethers will spawn, and tethers are the stupidest mechanic ever invented by Yoshi P. Because of how wacky they are.
Are these the tank tethers you gotta grab? Oh, here they are.
Kinda. So we're gonna have the 2 melee grab the first set of tethers. They're gonna get hit once, and then we run in and grab it, and then we get hit once, and then we're gonna use immunities to handle the rest of the tethers. But yeah, that's what they look like. They're stupid. Okay, so back to that Mouser. The splitting up by roles. Let me put markers down on this tile. Like, as an example, if this was the safe tile right here, and say whoever was doing their mechanic over there, and this is the tile that we chose to do our raid mechanic on. So relative to where we're looking at the boss, I guess that's probably the easiest way to say it. Yeah, the bosses will be where Blitz is jumping here. But relative to where we're looking at the boss from our safe tile, the left side edge, so I'll call out the waymarker that's on that because there will be a waymarker there. The left side will always be tanks, so we basically just stand here. That's it. Stand on the edge of the tile, and that's it. The right side will always be DPS, and I'll again call out the waymarker for you. And then healers will always be in the middle. You may not always have your partner, like especially healers and tanks. You may not have your healer or tank buddy in case they are handling the mechanic. You might be by yourself. So again, I'll use the waymarkers as references of where to stand, and I'll try to do it as quickly as possible to just say tanks on A, DPS on Bravo. Healers, no matter what, just be center. And you got screenshotted last time. Yeah, that's fine. But we'll keep that no matter what, and I think that's how Party Finder does it too, like this orientation. So as long as you remember that, should be good. We got lucky there that it did the 2 party stacks first, which left only the roll cleaves for the last 2. However, it could be random, or it is random, so it could be that it's the stack first and then the roll groups, or it could be 2 roll attacks in one go and then the stacks or whatever. So just be ready for either. I would say default to the spread positions until you see the lineup marker, just because it's a little harder to kind of get into the spread position, I think, than it is to just collapse together to do the lineup marker. But that's the only difference for that mouser. Just the raid or whoever's not handling the pop rinse has to do an extra mechanic. Any questions? We got 9 minutes, so we could probably do like another poll, another long poll, or a couple of short ones depending on where we wipe. And I have about until midnight, so I'll have another half an hour if people want to go back in, and if not, if people need to go, that's cool too. No pressure either way. Raining cats, if we get there, where to stand. Okay, so if we happen, well, I don't know, let me not explain this now because we're gonna run out of time to poll. If we get there, I'll do my best to call it out. Basically, the group is gonna start on the boss's butt, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Whew. Okay, boss is jumping to the middle. DPS is baiting first. Supports move in. Everyone be safe. Tank Buster with Living Dead. What are the requirements? There are none, other than just, you know, be here when I do it. That's not true. The only true requirement is that you do need to be able to sit in Discord. You don't have to talk in Discord. You don't have to, like, interact with us at all. It's just so that you can hear the callouts on Discord in real time. Half room cleave. Right side is safe. Right side. Crossover. And ads are coming up. Right side is safe. I'm over here by Bravo and Alpha. Alright, look at the way markers. Orient yourself if you need to. We're going to cross over the boss as soon as the attack goes off, and then get ready for partners or parties. Going through. And it is parties. Delta, Bravo, group 1 and 2. Group 1 and 2. Perfect. We are storing parties for later. DPS, get ready for the jump either east or west. It's over by Bravo on the east side. DPS, make sure you go around that marker and bait as you do normally. Supports go in. Everyone be safe, but go to your parties. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 parties. Perfect. Good job. Look at that. Excellent. Big raid wide AoE blast. The boss is gonna jump to the center, and we're gonna start the first mouser. We can start on our safe tile here. We're gonna go to the right, and then stay there. My ring! Okay, once the platform's up, we can loose spread just to see who's getting it first. It is DPS. All the DPS. Alright, come over here. Opposite, away from Nami's tile. Okay, who's next? It's Smooth. Make sure you're diagonal to Smooth. Beautiful. Who's next? It's World Boss. Okay, make sure you're not in line with World Boss over there. Come over here. Luna. Perfect. And last tile in the middle right here. We're gonna stay opposite. After this will be the Tank Buster. We are tank swapping and using regular cooldowns for this one. Okay, you can take it back whenever you want. Knock back to 3 and 1. 3 and 1. 3 and 1. Remember to split groups north and south if you want, just to have more room. If you can, try to res one of the healers. Might be a little iffy at first, but... Whoa! I should have healed you. I'm bad. Alrighty, we're gonna do a half room cleave with a jump. Let's see where we go. Over to the west side, and we need to go on the outside. So make sure you're on the outside here. As soon as it hits, go in. Alright, this is 2 and out, right? Yeah, 2 and out. DPS, get ready to bait. If we can get up in time. Alright, bait around the 1 marker. Not the 1 marker, the marker near the 1. Alright, this is a little wacky because it's a little hard to do without everyone up. But that's okay. Good attempt trying to get back up. Alrighty. So what I'll do next time is I'll do an earlier call out for the north and south group for the knockback, I think, because I think we got a little clustered up, a little overlap there, right?
There was quite a few at south, yes.
Yeah.
Re-instance.
Yeah, so before I do anything, if anyone needs to go, don't feel like obligated or, you know, pressured to stay. If you need a break, go ahead. I'm good until about midnight my time, which is half an hour from now. So if you wanted to go back in just for seeing more of the fight, we can definitely do that. And if someone has to go, that's cool too. Like, yeah, of course, World Boss. Thank you so much for coming.
I'm good until the time you are, so I'm gonna take myself a bio and break and take the doggy out.
Okay. Yeah, it's super fun. I would say if people are leaving, by the time I get set up again, I'm going to run out of time myself. So we could just stop here and then pick up next time. But it was super awesome, and I hope we learned stuff and I was not too wordy and yappy.
That was perfect. That was really fun.
Yeah.
It's just Party Finder is scary because there's all these terms and they're so ahead.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's like a whole language, honestly. But, like, once you learn the mechanics and stuff, the Party Finder stuff starts to make sense. As wacky as it can be. No one is doing savages. Oh, here's one. This one just says, let's get it. Yeah. Oh, my butt. Stuck to my chair because I haven't moved in 3 hours. That's true. I think I only killed you guys once, right? Trying to give a good impression to the YouTube peeps, right? Oh, at least twice? Okay, fine. That's average. Yeah, as good as me? Brick, I'm not that good, so you're probably already as good as me, if not better. RMRMR Hector, Euclidean counterclockwise alternate variant is hard. Yeah, but you have too many like actual words. You need more acronyms and abbreviations because that is too much English and not enough symbols. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
The best was the LB3 bait and death. That was pretty good. The boss literally said no. But it was funny that everyone was kind of in like the direct path of that tile to be murdered like that. It was pretty good. Did I already do frontline? I did not. We probably could. Ugh. I will only do a frontline if it is shatter. Let's see. It is shatter. Okay, fine. I'll do it. Let's do it. I have time. All right, Solu. Well, I don't know if Solu's here. I will only do frontline if Solu is here. Okay, fine. Yes, let's do it. Are you on Primal, son? Because yes, you can join if you would like to. Oh, I should go Scholar though, so I can get some XP. Did we clear M1S? No, but we had one person that had to go, and I only have half an hour left, so figures. We'll just do frontline and then do that. What about a substitute Mexican? I just asked if Solo was here. You're the main Mexican now, Iggy. We know this. You took over. Oh no, you're still busy with Thing. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, Solu. Wow, okay, fine, he says. Wait, no, don't, no pressure, Solu. It's okay. Here, I'll put us in private party finder, so if you want to just join that way. Boo. Password 8008. Just do that. You miss when party finder strats look like algebra homework? Sometimes they do, still. Sometimes. O2Y3, I loved that actually. As like unironically, I loved that acronym. It was so clever. I don't know why. It was great. Of course. Thank you for joining. It was super fun. And hopefully next time we get a full clear. We almost had it. So like there's one more major mechanic there. Well, technically there's two, but that mechanic that you saw with the tethers is like the big scary mechanic right at the end. And then there's technically like a kind of enraged, not really mini soft enraged, but I call it that even though it's not. It's meant to be a real mechanic, but it's dumb. And ideally you would skip it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the puddles as like the stupid mechanic. I think of it as a soft enrage, even though it's not technically a soft enrage. Okay. You're waiting on the math boss for a 24-man chaotic? Can you imagine? If prime numbers was as problematic as it was, imagine like legit just insanity. Alarm pheromones practice? You're not wrong, actually. Although you could argue that the puddles are a little bit more organized than alarm pheromones. It was super scary. You did really well, Blitz. I didn't even like notice that it was scary for you. You seemed like you slipped into the shield healer skin as if it was your own. Integrate this function. Oh god. I don't know. I really hope that the chaotic versions are challenging, you know? I think it would be so cool to have like truly challenging content for like a giant group of people. Because like BA, for example, was so fun because of that challenge. You know what I mean? Oh my god.
Math boss? Well, that'll confuse the Bama fans with the number 2.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Bowmage. Total HP in a meter stack has to be equal to a value. Okay, but wait, pause. Because Void Arc, not Void Arc. Void Arc? No. What's the first Void Arc? What's the first 24-man? Not Labyrinth of the Ancients. What's the next one? The one that had the Chimera. So if you remember, that has the, where there's like the ball that spawns and then it has like tethers technically to people. Is that World of Darkness? It might be. I don't know if I'm actually thinking of the right, whatever. But that one, where it literally, it's like a typical Final Fantasy mechanic where if it's like, whatever 1,000, you have to be like an odd number of people inside of it or an even number, otherwise it kills you. But I feel like it's not as strict in that, obviously. But they could do stupid shit like that where... Is it Circus Tower? No, not Circus Tower. At least I don't think so. Level 300 death. Yes! The deaths. The level whatever deaths. Because depending on the number, it was like depending on how many people had to be in it or not. But... I mean, that's like the visual that you're seeing, but it doesn't actually work like that. But the mechanic is in the game, I think, so they could do that. Okay, it is World of Darkness. Yes, you're right. Everyone just walked out of it. Yeah. But now imagine you can't walk out of it. Or it's like the transition in... What's the seesaw guy? Not the seesaw, the little like... scales guy at the very end where you had to balance the scales or whatever with your bodies. That one. As much grief as people like caused with that mechanic, imagine having like a level whatever death or flare that requires like actual brain and math. That would be the worst. Null dolls balls. That one, exactly. This meter has 25 HP. Everyone has to be between 1 and 6. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I could see them doing that. Only because it's like a very typically Final Fantasy thing. But I feel like they know that perhaps the community as a whole can't handle something like that. No offense, my friends. I can't. I mean, come on. I didn't even know what a prime number was, so come on. Math boss with forced march. And so math boss with forced march with like Halicarnassus tiles on the bottom, like on the ground. So basically just Halicarnassus but with math added on top of everything. That's so evil and I love it. Which of these has a least common denominator of the number? Okay, I honestly could probably do that better than I could do the prime number, like, curveball. Because that was literally the day I learned that I was taught something incorrect, you know? Like, that was the first time I realized I was too old to have, like, modern education. Because we learned in school that 1 counted as a prime number. And somewhere in the 25 years since I learned that, it has changed. So, I don't know. There comes a time in your life, I think, when you realize that something that you learned that you like relied on to be true is no longer true or has been updated and you were just left behind. Last number and your total amount of gil on you? Oh gosh. I mean, technically, I can see that on my screen. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing and Solu's not here to take me. Oh wait, this is Shatter. I know what I'm doing. Okay. It hasn't changed. We're just correct. I don't doubt it. But what I'm saying is I was taught incorrectly. So, blame the Canadian education system. Why is it so snowy? Is that normal? Has it always been snowy? Well, are we gonna do anything? Are we just gonna PvE? Imagine PvEing. Oh, it's you, Luna. I was like, who's my paladin friend? I got really excited. Just like Pluto isn't a planet. Yeah. I mean, I was there and aware when they announced that Pluto was no longer a planet. Even though I had learned that Pluto was a planet, sure. But I was never there when they taught proper math. Why are we all fighting? I guess I'm waiting for a rock that's not existent. I just ran here because other people ran here. I have no mind of my own. Hey! I did something. Look, it's a paladin being useless. Hey! Hey, I got a knockout for that one. Nice. No, I want to target that Dark Knight! Oh god, I'm getting machinist blasted. Machinist blasted! Oh, you can get feared out of guard? That sucks. I didn't know that could be a thing. It's an exaflare planet. I mean, why don't they just count it? Yeah, I don't know. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba da ba ba da. PvP mistake. This doesn't count because this is frontlines. I'm usually far more intense in CC. That's where the true beast comes out. Frontlines to me is like very chill. It's like if you're not running around like doing nothing but running around, you're, I don't know. Run around lick ice, literally. Every now and then, maybe do some PvP. But no one actually PvPs. Kill this Picto! Yes! I just want credit. Kill that warrior! Oh, kill that summoner! I love it. Kill this Dark Knight! Aw, he got hollowed grounded. He's so far away. Whoop! Hello, White Mage. Oh, is this what we're doing? Is this, we're just AoEing? Okay, I'm cool with that. Kill the White Mage! Ah, please. You see how many people I hit with Primal Run there? I got healed so much and now I'm gonna die! Blech! Greedy warrior. Doesn't know how to stop. I just like seeing all the numbers. See how many laps I can do around the whole map? Honestly. Although people might think I'm like a bot at that point.
I blame the science. If not for the fervent desire to end summoning, one would still be a primal.
They're ridiculous. The ridiculous scream. At least it's not the fart, though. I think the fart has scared me more than, like, the actual screams. We're all bots in frontlines. Feels like it. But at least it's interesting. Or at least I find chatter interesting. Which I know is like blasphemy apparently to some frontline enjoyers. I literally, for a second, there was a minuscule second that I thought I had produced that sound. And I was like, did I just fart on stream? But then I remembered that girls don't fart, so I'm in the clear. Was that me? That's like another way that you like realize you're old. Did I do that? Also, I went over here because I thought this blue was our blue, but it's not. Now we're getting wrecked. No! Where the machine is coming out of nowhere just to fucking marksman spite me? I hate you. I hate you! Machinists are my worst nightmare. Run, Blitz! Run! Oh my god, I just left Blitz to die. I'm a terrible friend. Blitz, no! Blitz! I am so bad. I'm so sorry. You almost made it out. You probably would have if I had like helped you, but I just ran. It's okay. I'll die right here as penance. You know, I used the Twitch editor or whatever earlier. So, the Twitch editor lets you send videos to your drafts on TikTok somehow. But you know what's annoying? If I use the TikTok desktop app, it, for whatever reason, doesn't sync to my phone app. And the way that you receive the Twitch draft in your TikTok app is through like a notification. instead of like it being in, in your drafts. It is like the wackiest system I've ever had to experience, and I play Final Fantasy XIV, so you would think I'm used to wacky systems, but instead, it's just like, what convoluted ass, like, system did you come up with and then decide to make it even more convoluted for no reason? I don't know. It makes no sense to me. Maybe it's the boomer in me talking, but it just does not seem like good flow. We're doing it. We are pressing the button. Ooh. This is the true frontline experience. Going through your phone to write down a note that just popped into your head because you're barely paying attention to the frontline map. Is this the Fall Guys mount? This is a terrible idea. We're about to get pinched. Okay, it's a terrible idea, but I also want to partake. Let me in! The machinist! I swear. It's always the machinist. Pasta, how is it that machinists are so scary? And why do they always target me? Why do they always LB me? Why can't they LB someone else? Like a Dark Knight. They deserve it. I'm just a puny little warrior, minding my own business, chopping down ice flows. Oh, speaking of minding my own business, what's up, Paladin? Seems you've caught yourself completely alone. Okay, I want to know what warrior achieved this, that the entire team has the LB on them, but I can't even hit one person. And then I just die. Oh my god, I hate frontlines. I think I just hate losing, because I enjoy frontlines when we're winning, but to be losing, lame. I need to scream louder. Louder? I might break something at that point. Are you contributing purrs, Pasta? Look, a machinist! I gotta kill him before he kills me. With his dumb LB. No! I got baited so hard. He had like no health. Oh, he died anyway. Feels bad. I hate when it's this close. Like, please just put us out of the misery, because why are you waiting so long? How does that feel, Pasta? Oh no, now we're all neck and neck. Wait, how are we ahead? What? God damn it. Now I have to start liking the game again. Kill the Dark Knight. Kill the Dark Knight! Oh my god, Dark Knights are so stupid! The fact that he can survive this long because his stupid shit lasts that long is so ridiculous. Oh my god, Mistech! I got hit by everything. Everything. It was everything, Pasta. Oh, why are you wet? How did you become wet? Whew. Man, everything's catching up to me. I'm tired now. That Scholar with Battle Eye. Come on, Maelstrom. Hurry up! Come on, Flames. Hurry up! There we go. Oh, nice. We did it. Thanks, friends. Thank you for making me do that, actually, because I just hit level 98 on Scholar, I think, right? Yeah, look, halfway through 98. Okay, this is good, because if I can get to 100 before thingy, then I can also shield heal, so I'm not stuck on White Mage. Appreciate it, friends! Boo-doo, 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 doo-doo-doo. So good, Pasta. So good. This music. Thank you for coming to Frontline. I'm sorry it was a hot mess. Alright, my friends. I will not be here tomorrow. I actually have a wedding to go to. That's exciting. But I should be back on Sunday. And we're going to play more Silent Hill 2. If you are interested in more MTQ University, I usually do it on Friday nights, so if you want to come next week, you're more than welcome to. But Sunday is Silent Hill, Monday is Girls' Night, and Tuesday is regular week clear. Oh, actually, Tuesday is not regular week clears, I don't think, because I don't think Todd is here, so we might not be raiding this week, which means more Silent Hill. For more Silent Hill 2 or the other Silent Hill 2, we're going to be playing Silent Hill 2. Which one? You'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, that's done. But I hope you have a good weekend. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today and playing and partaking and learning and helping and all that. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for hanging out. And we're going to go. And that's it. Say bye, I almost called Pasta Silent Hill. Say bye, Silent Hill cat. You got a little pyramid head on your nose, so I guess that kind of works, no? Yeah, it works. All right, see you soon. Good night, and have a good weekend. All right, bye. Where's my thing? There it is. Bye.